Section 5.5, Absolute Values. The absolute value of a number is the distance that number is from 0. Another way of thinking about it is that's the positive version of a number. Here are some examples. The absolute value of -4 is 4. If you think about a number line, here's 0, -4 is over here. The question is, what is the distance from here to here? They are 4 steps apart. So the absolute value of -4 is 4. The absolute value of 7 is 7, because if 7's over here, that distance from 0 up to 7 is 7 steps large. And the absolute value of 0 is just 0 because you start and stop in the exact same place. Absolute values are grouping symbols, and so you must completely compute the part on the inside before applying the absolute value symbols. Example, compute absolute value of 5 minus 11, indicating the steps. These absolute value signs act like grouping symbols, so we have to do the inside of it first. Absolute value of 5 minus 11. 5 minus 11 is -6, so this is absolute value of -6. We've done subtraction inside the absolute value. And now we're going to apply the absolute value to the number on the inside. We can only do this when we have just a number by itself on the inside. Take the absolute value of -6, you get +6. Example, compute -4 squared plus the absolute value of -2 plus 3 times -6, indicating the steps. This is a very long problem, but we can break it down into simpler parts. We see here the absolute values acting as a grouping symbol, so we have to do the calculation on the inside. There's an addition and a multiplication on the inside, and we know by the order of operations that the multiplication will come first. After we're done with all that, we still have this exponent here, and then we have the addition here. -4 squared plus the absolute value of -2 plus 3 times -6 equals. Inside the absolute value, the multiplication comes first. -4 squared plus the absolute value of -2 plus 3 times -6 is -18. And we did absolute value. Inside the absolute value, there's a multiplication. Next, we do the addition. Absolute value of -2 plus -18, which is -20. Absolute value, addition. Then we apply the absolute value to -20 to get +20. Exponent, this is -16. And then -16 plus 20 is 4. It's very important that you keep in mind that the absolute value only applies to the number inside of the absolute value signs. Things outside of the absolute value signs are not affected by the absolute value symbols.